start right here. Here's one about tattoos. I'm sure you've seen this. The general anesthesia, which I have a hard time saying that word. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Anesthesia? Whatever. For tattoos, meaning they are putting you under like it's a surgery to do tattoos on you. First off, I think surgery level shit, medical intervention for a tattoo is crazy because you could just get a little less of it done that day and you'd be fine. It doesn't hurt that bad. But the idea of it, fuck, I don't know. It freaks me out a little bit. I hate to be the guy that's like, well, I don't think we should progress because like progress is progress. Maybe eventually we'll do a bodysuit on somebody in a day with 5 artists, and then we'll have some way that they can plug up to an IV and sleep it off, and they're healed another day. But my first problem when I heard about it was, okay, why are we doing it? Like, what's the fucking point? You can just get a tattoo. And then somebody showed me a video, and they're like, look, this guy got his entire back and both his arms done in one day. And I was like, okay, I get the appeal of that. You go, I went from I have no tattoos to I have a back piece and 2 sleeves in a day. That's fucking cool. That's crazy. Very excited for you. Now, the things we don't talk about, the people that are advertising it definitely don't talk about, is how do you heal? The next day you wake up with 2 sleeves and a back piece, and you're telling me that you just take a few ibuprofen and go walk your dog? I don't think so. I don't know what you're doing, but I mean, I've got tattooed 3 days in a row, 2 on my back and 1 on my wrist, and I ended up with a fucking fever, dude. I was sick as shit because it's just your body can only handle so much. And I'm not saying everybody would be sick after 3 days. I know a lot of people could probably handle more than I can. There's a guy that goes and gets tattooed by Jeff Gogwe that I don't remember how many days in a row, but I want to say it's like 4 or 5 days in a row. He flies in once a year, and he starts his day with a bottle of wine, and he just slowly sips wine, and he gets tattooed, and he's fine. And he sits through an amazing amount of tattoos for multiple days, and I assume stays in the States for a couple days, and then hops on a plane and flies back, and he's getting his whole bodysuit done that way. And I think that's cool. He also did not need to be put under for it. He has a different level of mental fucking whatever it is, or he's tough, he's high pain tolerance, whatever, I don't know. But he can handle it. I can't. I think 3 days is fucking nuts. That's my max. But a few points to remember is I got 6 hours the first day, and then I went and slept really good. I took some Tylenol PM, laid face down because it was my back, and put a bunch of pillows under me, got comfortable, knocked out like a fucking light, woke up at about 8:30 in the morning, hopped in the shower, got clean, went and did day 2. Day 2, same thing. Went to a hotel. Usually I don't take things like Tylenol PM, but took a Tylenol PM, went to sleep, slept till late as fuck, got up, and then went to get tattooed day 3 in the evening by just a little one on my wrist, nothing crazy, by Vito. So my back that was my first 2 sessions by Jeff Norton, coolest tattoo I have. Jeff Norton's great. If you're not already following Jeff Norton Tattoo, fucking awesome, great guy, really cool, really nice, really sweet. I love him in general. But that's not the point. This is not a Jeff Norton commercial. Okay, this is a podcast. I don't know if it's really a podcast. I'm just talking. I don't know what it is. We're just talking, okay? We're going to call it a podcast because I can put it on podcast networks. But it's just a dude talking. Okay, so day 3, I got my wrist tattooed by Vito, which means I had to drive to LA, which, you know, I think it's 3 or 4 hours from Atascadero, where I was, and get up, go find where the art district is in LA. People, y'all are fucking lying when you say art district. Art district is Skid Row. I didn't know that. Nobody told me that. There's just people fucking looking dead on the street. I mean, legitimately, just piles of homeless people everywhere. I had a decent, not expensive watch, but a decent, worth stealing kind of watch on at the time. I put that bitch in my pocket, and then I pulled a pocket knife out of my pocket and put my hand on my pocket knife and put it back in, so I was ready just in case. Because I flew, so I didn't have any and I'm not a great fighter, I'm going to be honest. I need weaponry. If you're going to fucking get 3 guys on me, or 1 guy, or a really feisty child, or a lesbian, or a girl that took 1 kickboxing class. Really a person. If a person is going to attack me, I need weapons, okay? I need a... It's not going to work. I'm going to need some... Or some... A shiv at least. Come on, give me a sharpened toothbrush. The point is, I was on Skid Row. It's scary to get tattooed. I wasn't feeling 100%. And food options were limited there, so we tried to go in the sit-down restaurant that was closest to the place because it's a weird place. They don't open until 4. My appointment's at like 3:30. So I ate French fries from McDonald's, and I watched a dude try to sell insurance to another dude in McDonald's. That was like his office, as he would meet people at McDonald's and sell them insurance. And he'd buy them some fucking McDonald's, which, if you're selling me insurance and I'm going to sign up for this shit for like, this is what I'm paying every month forever, take me to Outback Steakhouse, bitch. Buy me a bloomin' onion or something. Anyway, I'm getting a little off on a tangent, but that's day 3. I get tattooed, and I started feeling a little shitty halfway through the tattoo, but it was fine. I wasn't bad. I let my wife drive me home, asked her very nicely to drive me back to the Airbnb, got plenty of food in my system, whatever, woke up, ate a good breakfast, was fine, but felt like shit. Got to the airport the next day, shaking, cold sweats, felt like I was going to throw up, tried to take a nap, lost my phone. It was awful. All because I was recovering from 3 days of tattoos. So, that's with sleep between them. I'm just imagining getting my entire back, start to finish, tattooed, and both my arms tattooed in one day. The healing process is going to be fucking bonkers. I imagine you do, I don't know, like a drip, like you get on an IV with like a medicated thing in it with at least something like a heavy anti-inflammatory and maybe a little morphine or something. I don't know, because I just can't imagine a human body getting that much tattoo and then the next day just being like, oh, we're good. Like, there's got to be a pretty rough process to healing. And it's a lot for your body to heal. It's very similar to healing from a burn. Like, not a 3rd-degree burn, but a burn. I would say it's like the worst sunburn ever as far as healing goes. And you can get fucking sun poisoning. It's happened to me. I'd never even heard of it. But Costa Rica, no sunblock, you will fucking get toasted. Well, white people like me will. The point is, it seems crazy. It seems impossible to heal. It seems completely fucking pointless to me. I'd like to hear your argument on it. Like, what is the fucking point? Why do I need to get both sleeves and my back done in one day? Why can't I get one sleeve gray lined and then come back for 3 or 4 more sessions and get it all filled in, get it nice and healed, get the other sleeve, this chunk finished, then this chunk finished, then this chunk finished, and then get my back outlined, and then why not do that? Why not a little piece at a time? I don't get it. I'm a busy dude. I still think I could make a day every 3 months to get a fucking tattoo, not one day, one time to get all my tattoos. Also, the people that are doing this are usually NBA players, professional musicians, people like that, like, yeah, they have crazy schedules, but they also could just say, hey, boss, which I'm saying their manager that works for them, bosses them around and tells them what to do. I'm going to need one Friday and, well, actually, let's go. I'm going to need one Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in a row every 2 months to go to my tattoo artist and get another session. And I'm going to need you to schedule those flights and hotels and everything. And then I'm going to go in, I'm going to fly in, I'm going to sleep good, eat good, hop up in the morning, go to my appointment, get tattooed all day, and then sleep in at the hotel the next day, and then take a nice walk, and then sleep one more night, go to the airport, and fly to work. And have a one-day healed tattoo and go back on stage, do your thing, whatever, that's fine. If you're a professional athlete, I would actually argue it makes more sense for you to just do one every 3 to 6 weeks in the off-season than it does to just get tattooed. But it is what it is. That's the point is, I don't get why you fucking do it. I do get that it's interesting that you can go from not tattooed to tattooed in one day. And also the guy that does this the most, I have a tremendous amount of respect for. Ganga, he's in LA. He's an incredible fucking tattoo artist. Great artist. He's been stepping his game up since I started following him. That's probably why. I followed him on Instagram and he's like, got to step my game up every day so Andrew can see it. That's my guess. I don't know. I saw a picture of him with 1 G-Wagon and I was like, he better have 2 G-Wagons soon. And then he did. So clearly, you're welcome, Ganga. I know it's all for me. But no, for real, it's a good artist that he makes more than enough money. I'm guessing somebody asked if he could do it and he was like, shit, I'll figure it out. And then he got himself into a situation where that's how people want it now. But the other thing is, people have been mimicking. Now, he's probably the safest, or at least I would say people in America and Europe are probably the safest at doing this. And with going under, there's always going to be risk. If you're getting anesthetized or whatever, there's always a risk. But that risk is really low when we do it for minor surgeries. And I mean, my kids have had surgeries where obviously they put them under. And when you have to have a surgery, it makes sense. It's still a little scary. Doing it for recreation seems crazy to me. But if you got to pick a dude, Genga's the dude that would not kill you. Somebody, I believe it was in like Puerto Rico, a couple months back, somebody died from this. They put him under, tried to do a tattoo on him. I don't know what happened, but he never woke up. And it was really sad. And I was just like, I went to the comments when I saw a tattoo page I follow posted about it, and they were like, what do you think? And I knew it was going to be like a bunch of people going, well, that's what you get for being stupid. Like, no, the guy that wanted to get tattooed all at once, I think it was actually a friend of the tattoo artist too, and I think it was one of those things where they're like, hey, we're going to try this thing that Gang is doing. And it's not the tattoo artist's fault, and it's not, the guy didn't deserve to die. Like, it's not that crazy. I just don't understand why you would want to do it. That being said, had he gone the other way, got normal tattoos, he'd still be alive. But, I don't know, it's people are going to die from all kinds of shit. And at the end of the day, I do believe if you want to do that, it's your choice. If you got the extra $100,000 or whatever for a tattoo, that's fine. And part of me is happy to see that people like Ganga are able to make that much money doing something. I don't know what he charges. I just know it's a lot. But I don't know how much of that is their expense for having somebody come in to do all the procedures and the insurance and all. I don't know what it cost. What I do know is you could go get a great tattoo from Ganga and just sit there and stick your arm out and lay there for fucking 8 hours. And then he'll be done, and then he'll charge you a buttload of money, and it'll be worth it, and you'll be very happy with it. You don't need to go under. And that's still what I recommend for everybody, is just getting a tattoo. I don't even recommend numbing stuff. I think like a numbing spray, like something mild like a Bactine or even Vasecaine, these are different sprays that a lot of people use. I think that's fine. I don't think that hurts any. I actually like those things. They kind of seem to make the skin handle things better sometimes. I think when you use too much, it's bad. But I think when people walk into my shop and they didn't ask ahead, and I'm doing their fucking outer forearm, and they come in and it's saran wrapped, and I go, did you put numbing stuff on? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, which brand did you use? It's not that big of a deal. I don't hate it. I just don't understand it. And then a lot of times it throws off something. Like the stencil doesn't stick the same exact way. Something's a little off about the skin. And another thing that's doesn't affect me very much, about 9 times out of 10, they put it on either too soon or too late, and we get an hour and a half into the tattoo and it's wearing off, and then they start fucking freaking out because they went from, rather than easing into pain, they went from no pain to pain. And usually the first little bit of a tattoo, it's kind of more gentle and you're not sore yet and all that. So there's that. Or the stuff's already worn off before I start and it's completely pointless. And then it just made their skin feel funny for no reason. So I don't think the technology's gotten where we need it to get where every tattoo is going to be numb. And I think if you're able to handle it, you should probably just show up with no numbing stuff. And if I think you need it, I'll whip out some spray and I'll spray it on you and we'll take a break. And even if I don't think you need it, I'll probably spray some Bactine on there because that shit just, it's nice. I've had it done on a few tattoos and I was like, oh, nice. But as far as going under, I think it's extreme. I don't even think numbing stuff's necessary. I think as a person that has tattoos and hates getting tattooed, by the way, fucking don't like it. I'm not saying it feels good. I'm just saying if I can do it, you can do it. I'm kind of a bitch sometimes, and you're not, okay? You're a tough person. You're sitting there, you're probably, let me guess, hold on. You're on the toilet. You're watching this on an iPhone. You got to turn sideways because you want the full thing. And that dookie's just now slipping out of your butt. And you're starting to giggle because I called it. And you're going, wow, how did he know that dookie is just sliding out of my butt? And then you hear bloop, and then you realize you just pushed out a dookie that was that big and it didn't hurt you. You could probably get a tattoo. All right, I'll see you next time.